Have you ever sat in a team meeting, had a great idea, but simply could not find a way to say it? I remember my first month at my current job. Everyone was speaking so fast, talking over each other. I had the answer to the client's problem, but I was terrified to interrupt.
That is such a common feeling, Jordan. You wait for a silence, but the silence never comes.
Exactly, Riley. And by the time the meeting ended, I had said absolutely nothing. I felt invisible.
Welcome to Hero English Workplace Survival Series, where you can learn how to speak like a pro, work like a hero.
Today, we are solving that problem. We're talking about how to interrupt politely in meetings.
By the end of this episode, you will have a hero phrase that acts like a key, opening the door to the conversation so you can speak up confidently.
To master interruptions, we need 3 key expressions. The first one is a phrasal verb, to jump in. This means to enter a conversation quickly. For example, your boss might say, "Feel free to jump in if you have questions."
I see. So in a meeting, can I say, "Excuse me, can I jump inside?"
Not quite, Jordan. We do not say jump inside. We just say, "Can I jump in?" Or, "Do you mind if I jump in here?"
Got it. Can I jump in here? That sounds natural.
Exactly. The second term is the floor. In business, having the floor means it is your turn to speak. If someone interrupts you too much, you might say, "Tom still has the floor. Let him finish."
Oh, helpful. So if I want to speak, do I shout, "I want the floor"?
Definitely not. That is too aggressive for an office. You usually give the floor or yield the floor. You do not demand it.
Understood. No demanding. What is the third one?
The third one is useful when you are the one speaking. It is hold that thought. If a colleague interrupts you, but you are not finished, you say, "Hold that thought. I will come right back to you."
That is polite but firm. I like it.
So, looking at the Q3 strategy, I think we should focus entirely on social media marketing. The budget is tight and print is dead, so we just need to push all funds into digital ads starting Monday.
Sorry to interrupt, Tom, but I want to double-check the timeline you just mentioned.
Oh, sure, Anna. Go ahead.
You said starting Monday, but the creative team needs at least 2 weeks for the new designs. Can we push the launch to the 1st of next month?
That is a fair point. I forgot about the design delay. Okay, let's adjust the start date.
Great. Also, before we move on, I'd like to add that we still have some contract obligations for print ads.
Right, good catch. Let's keep a small budget for that then.
Did you hear how Anna added her ideas? Let's look at 3 more phrases for this. First is to piggyback off that. It is a funny visual, but it means to build on someone else's idea.
Like a piggyback ride? So I can say, "I want to piggyback off what Anna said"?
Exactly. It shows you are listening and adding value. For example, to piggyback off Tom's point about budget, we can use free tools. Next is play devil's advocate. This means arguing the opposite side just to test the idea.
I hear this a lot. Is it rude? It sounds a bit negative.
Not if you use it well. You can say, "Let me play devil's advocate for a moment. What if the client says no?"
So it protects me. I am not being negative, I am just playing the game.
Precisely. Finally, we have just a side note. This is for a quick, small comment that is not the main topic. For instance, just a side note, the meeting room is double booked at 3 o'clock. Now let's learn the hero phrase. This is your weapon when you need to stop the conversation politely. The phrase is, "Before we move on, can I just add something?"
I love that. It validates that the previous topic is finishing, but you want to catch it before it goes away.
Right.
Let's try it in a formal meeting with a manager. Jordan, you be the manager.
Okay, so the sales figures look good. Now let's talk about HR.
Before we move on, can I just add a quick update on the sales figures?
That was very smooth. I felt respected. How about with a colleague who talks too fast?
For that, try this variation. Sorry to cut in, but can I just clarify that last point?
Riley and Jordan teach the main phrase for polite interruptions with variations.
Sorry to cut in. Nice.
And if it is a casual brainstorm with friends,
Keep it short. Say, mind if I jump in here?
okay, listeners, let's practice the core hero phrase. Repeat after me. Before we move on, can I just add something?
Before we move on, can I just add something?
Riley, I know the phrase now, but in real life, people speak so quickly. I feel like if I wait for a pause, the meeting is already over.
That is the hardest part, Jordan. The trick is to listen for the intake of breath. When someone finishes a sentence and takes a breath, that is your green light.
Okay, listen for the breath. I will try that.
Now, let's listen to Tom and Anna again, but slowly. Pay attention to how Anna uses the hero phrase to control the pace.
So, looking at the Q3 strategy, I think we should focus entirely on social media marketing. The budget is tight and print is dead, so we just need to push all funds into digital ads starting Monday.
Sorry to interrupt, Tom, but I want to double-check the timeline you just mentioned.
Oh, sure, Anna. Go ahead.
You said starting Monday, but the creative team needs at least 2 weeks for the new designs. Can we push the launch to the 1st of next month?
That is a fair point. I forgot about the design delay.
Great. Also, before we move on, I'd like to add that we still have some contract obligations for print ads.
You know, Riley, in my culture, interrupting a senior manager is really rude. We usually wait for them to ask us to speak.
I understand completely. But in many English-speaking offices, especially in the US or UK, silence is often viewed as having nothing to say.
Really? So if I am quiet, they think I am not interested.
Sometimes, yes. Active participation is expected. It shows you are engaged. Interrupting politely is actually seen as a sign of confidence.
That is a big shift for me. I once waited 40 minutes to correct a mistake in a presentation because the boss was talking.
Oh no, what happened?
By the time I spoke, it was too late to fix it. The boss was actually angry I didn't interrupt him earlier.
That is a perfect example. In Western business culture, protecting the project is more important than protecting the hierarchy.
We have a great question from Marco in Italy. He asks, how do I interrupt a colleague who just keeps talking and talking without being rude?
The rambling colleague. This is tricky. You need the bridging technique. First, validate them, then bridge to your point. Do not just say, stop. Can you give us an example? Sure. Say something like, that is a crucial point, Tom, and it leads me to my next question. Or, I love your passion for this, but looking at the time, we need to cover the budget.
So be positive, use their name, and then move the topic. Validating, then redirecting.
Time for a quick quiz. Jordan, are you ready?
Born ready, Riley.
Question 1. If I want to enter a conversation casually, do I say, can I jump in? Or can I jump on?
Definitely jump on, like jumping on a train.
Ooh, sorry. It is jump in, like jumping into water. Jump on means to scald someone.
Right. Jump in. My mistake.
Question 2. Is it polite to say, give me the floor?
No way. That is too demanding.
Correct. Listeners, did you get those right? Say the answers out loud next time.
That is all for today's meeting. We hope you feel ready to jump in next time.
Remember your homework. In your next meeting or call, try to use the phrase, before we move on, can I just add something? Even if it is just a small point, practice taking the floor.
And tell us how it went in the comments below. Did you survive? We want to know.
See you in the next episode of Hero English. Good luck!
Before we go, I have to tell you about my worst interruption fail.
Oh, do tell.
It was on Zoom last year. The VP was speaking and I had a really important correction. I waited for the breath, I leaned in and I said, "Excuse me." And I was on mute. Nobody heard me. So I panicked, unmuted, and shouted, "Excuse me," really loud, right when she stopped talking.
Oh no! You shouted at the VP?
I did. She looked so scared. I pretended my Wi-Fi froze and turned off my camera. It was a disaster.
Well, at least you got the floor.